why. I should have let it be. But I feel like I had to say something. So I'm like, is this something I need to know about you too? Like, is this something you want to tell me? And he's like, no, what? I would never do that because Winter Boy is my boy. And I would never do that to my boy's girlfriends for hire. I would never, you know what, with the girl for hire. And I'm like, okay, but y'all looking awfully friendly. And the way he was screaming it, I would never. Hold on now. Because you're not even a yeller. Like, he was definitely giving violent. He was definitely a violent person. But the yelling wasn't really his thing. He wasn't really the type of dude who would be screaming at you. It honestly, that's what makes it like, oh, what's he gonna do? Because he wouldn't really yell. It would kind of just, the man starts swinging. Not necessarily at me at that time, but to other people. I've seen him get in fights with other men over silly shit like haircuts. But anyways, so the way he started yelling, I was like, oh, you're guilty. You're definitely guilty of something. I'm trying to put the blush on. I mean, I'm not trying to, I am, but oh, I could see it slightly. I think it's the way this camera's lit. It's kind of hard to see the red as much on. Oh, it's giving. I like it. So yeah. And so I'm like, okay. But it did come down to, I think I lied to myself and told myself, I don't want to be with him anyways, so this doesn't matter. None of this matters anyway. So there's no point of me even arguing with him. And then he tried to stop me from leaving to go with my parents. And then it's looking like I'm being beat over here. Because, I was definitely afraid of people thinking that I was being abused. It was something about that for me back then, where I just did not want people to think that I was, well, there's reasons. There's a why. But I didn't want people to know that. So I'm just like, let us calm down now. It's not that serious. Okay, I believe you, whatever. But the truth is, I think I knew I wasn't going to do anything about it anyways. Like, I felt like, am I really going to do something? I don't even know if I trusted myself to actually do something about it. So that's more or less why I was like, it doesn't matter. I don't care. So as I'm leaving, I realized I forgot something, and I don't remember what it was, but I forgot something. And mind you, I probably like walked out of the apartment and took like maybe 10 steps and literally could walk back. Like, was literally backing up to walk back to the door and be like, I forgot something, because the door is open. So it's not like I really had to do all of this. So I'm just like step, back. And I see this chick start to sit on the bed that he's laying on. And I remember I'm standing there outside looking at him because he's facing towards the door and she's facing towards him. So she doesn't see me see them. And I'm like, I lock eyes with him and he starts to crack this little freaking smile where it's like, he knows he effed up. But I don't know if he cared enough to be like, oh, babe, I'm so sorry. So it was definitely a huge red flag. Because I'm like, oh, these niggas wasn't even going to wait. These people wasn't even going to wait until I at least drove off. So I'm just standing there like. And he's like, what's up? And I'm like, I forgot something. And I hit him with one of those, like, yeah, you know it. And I really feel like that's why he laughed. Because he knew, like I said, I didn't know I had it in me to just leave someone. Like, I didn't know. So most of my thoughts about it was just like plotting, like these thoughts. But I don't think I knew the power I had. Like, I was not... People treated me like I had a power. Like I had like an ability to like, I don't know, get through whatever. But I didn't see it like that because to me, if everyone thinks I'm so strong, why are they all running over me? Get it now, but I didn't get it back then. But when I locked eyes with him and he smirked and I hit him with the I knew then, like, I guess it was probably one of the first times I ever felt anger. Like real raw, I will f you up anger. Maybe not the first time, but I would say the first time with a man, like a relationship. Because I feel like I'm one of those people who have to be so fucking tired. So back then, I'm going to say back then, because now you only got but too many chances. You don't even have one. You don't even have one chance. I'm not even going to lie to you. If a man even looked at me and I'm on a, because my dates more nowadays, it's like if you even look at me and the look says something sinister there, I'm out. I'm gonna go. This don't feel comfortable. This don't feel like I think it's supposed to feel. So I'm gonna head out. But back then, I didn't know. I didn't know the power I had. So I pretty much was like, I felt it. I was like, oh, this is what power feels like. So I kind of gave him that, okay, cool, feeling. Not feeling, look. And I was like, yeah, so I grab whatever it was. It was probably keys. I feel like it was keys. And I walk out. And looking back, I get it. But at the same time, it's like, wow, you did not give a fuck about me. So I grabbed my keys and I walked out. I didn't say bye. I didn't scream. I didn't cry. I didn't say shit. I grabbed my shit. I got out. I got in my mom's car. We left. I had my weekend. So on my way back, because I hadn't tasted. I didn't understand that you can just leave and never fucking come back. I didn't understand that. To me, it was like, stick it out. Like, oh, but this and oh, but that. And then it's like, I know and I can feel that I know. But then when I go to my parents' house and I'm talking to my family, it's like, oh, but maybe because, like, I was so for sure about so much stuff that everybody told me wasn't it. And I was crazy and I was wrong. Like, a lot of my story times is literally me not trusting me. The feeling is there. I know something's up. I know this doesn't feel right. This feels wrong. This feels chaotic. This doesn't feel, I don't feel safe. But somebody's like, nah, you know. But maybe. And I would not listen to myself. So I went back home. On my way home, my mom was listening to the radio station. And on the radio station, this is fucking crazy. Like, I still can't believe this happened. On the radio station, it's about, it was these couples, I guess. It was these couples trying to expose, like, the radio station was, people would call in and they would try to, like, expose their partners or something of cheating. Or asking questions about, do you think, or what should I do? Like, just relationship stuff. And so this guy is talking to the radio station people, and he's like, my wife was telling me that she wasn't cheating, and mind you, my mom played she's like, you know, like a radio person. She always plays the radio. Never minded, never cared. I'd be looking out the window, or we'll be having a conversation. I'm never like zoomed in on what she was listening to, unless she was like listening to like old music, like Fantasia, or like singing, but my mind is still on the fact that I gotta go home to this nigga. So I'm not really paying attention to the radio station. So when it gets to this story, it was like, I couldn't ignore the story. So he's talking about how he was asking his wife if she had to worry about some guy. And the wife was like, no, it's just, I think it was like a work friend. No, it's just a work friend this and a work friend that. And the radio station people are like making this joke like, oh, that's her work husband or something like that. And you could tell he's like, no, like, this is serious. So he was like, I guess he goes into like what should he do? Because he ended up going home. When he walks through the door, he catches his wife with the work husband. And they're like, oh, wow, and my mom's like, dang, and I'm still like, my fucking heart is like, and I couldn't understand why this story is scaring the fuck out of me. Like, I can't relate to this story. I've never walked in on a man cheating on me before. I can't relate to it, but my heart was pounding, and something fucking kept telling me, this is about to happen to you. And I'm like, but no, but what? But why? How? Like, I don't even see how this could, like, why? I can't, I don't want to manifest this. I didn't know nothing about manifesting back then. But I was definitely thinking like, nah, no way. And I couldn't shake the feeling. So my mom was like, okay, bye, Mickey. When we finally get there, and my mom was like, okay, bye, Mickey. And that's my nickname. And I couldn't even be like me, like, oh, bye, mommy, like, whatever. I couldn't do it. My fucking stomach was in my ass. And I'm like, nah, no way. I couldn't believe it. There's no way. And I would say I'm a pretty cautious person. So I'm pretty sure I think things and be like, please don't let this happen, please don't. And they don't happen. They don't happen unless they're gonna happen. It's not like it didn't feel like I was manifesting this out of thin air. This felt like something was warning me to prepare myself for what it is I'm about to see. And so that's what I did. When my mother drove off, I took deep breaths. I'm like, yeah, no, right? But something was like, prepare yourself. Prepare your fucking self. So I'm like kind of shaking and my stomach is hurting. I felt like I needed a boo-boo. And I'm getting my keys ready. I'm taking them deep breaths. I'm like, please, God, please, no. Like, it's weird. I feel it right now. Not as bad, but the feeling was real. It was so real. I'll open this fucking door. I unlock the door. Or I'm unlocking the door. And I could hear, like, rustling, like. And I'm like, nah. Nah, he wouldn't do this. Not to his newly pregnant girlfriend. No way. So it's like blaring sun outside because it's during the day. But it's pitch black inside. So I'm like opening the door and I can feel like not someone, because I didn't know it was someone. But something's in front of the door and I'm like, and I couldn't fucking open it. So I do like a quick little shimmy in that thing. And it's my ex. And he's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, what am I doing? What the fuck are you doing? What are you doing? And I'm like, why are you so scared? And he was like, you didn't tell me you were going to come back? And I'm like, what? I didn't tell you I was going to come back. From where? From what? Like, what are we talking about? And he's like, you didn't tell me you were going to come back. And I'm like, I live here. Where the fuck? Why would I be like, hey, honey, I'm coming back home? And he was like, you ain't text me for 3 days. I'm gonna fucking bust that damn door. And it's a chick. And I thought it was gonna be our little, well, I don't want to call her, she wasn't our friend. She was an associate. But I thought it was gonna be Dior. And it wasn't. And I'm trying to get like this. I knew it wasn't her because the body was different. Dior was a little bit like, she was on the thicker side, but more on the thicker side. Like a small top, but a larger bottom area. This chick was top heavy. She was more like Dior would be more like slim thick. She was more like thick. So I knew it wasn't her. So I'm just like, what the fuck is this? I don't even know. I wasn't even yelling, but I was like, what the fuck? Like, who the fuck is this? And he was like, You ain't tell me you was coming back, and after the look you gave me, I thought you wasn't coming back. No call, no show. I said, no call, no show. Okay, mind you, no, I did not call. I did not call or text him that weekend because I was contemplating life. But in my mind, that didn't mean, that's what I said, looking back, I guess I would get why. If you're not if this ain't your wife, you're not gonna be like, hey baby, where? Cool, but I'm your pregnant, live-in, year-long girlfriend. I'm not a stranger. I'm not like, we just known each other for a few weeks or even a few months. I'm big. Well, I wasn't like big, but I was at least 5-6 months where you just start to get to that showing stage and everybody's like, eh. I wasn't small. I was noticeable, I'd say. I was pretty noticeable. So I'm like, what? The very first time I would say I ever let my anger issues show, I was fucking throwing TV. I wasn't going after this was crazy. What sent me over the edge was my sister. Excuse me. My sister gave me this Purple Heart pillow. And it was sentimental to me because at the time I had never, when I was younger, I used to feel like I didn't really get like cutesy things, cutesy girly things. More or less, it was probably my fault. Not like my fault, but I was kind of more tomboy because I was afraid of being girly. But it's not like I explained to my parents or my family that I'm girly, but I'm afraid to be girly because I get criticized and judged. So I would always go for like masculine looking things. So it's not like I didn't have like cute stuffed animals, but they were all like frogs and turtles. I was always trying to make sure they were neutrally green. My favorite color was green, but I was trying to make sure they were neutral colors because my favorite color was green and pink. But I would only express the green because I felt like anytime I did anything too girly, bad stuff happened. So when she gave me the pillow when I moved out, I loved it because it felt sentimental. It felt girly. It felt sentimental. It had the feeling like I still had my family, even though I had to move out because I didn't want to. I didn't really want to separate from my family. I wasn't ready to separate from my family, but it always felt like I had to. It always felt like I didn't belong there. I wasn't welcomed. So when she sent me off, or when she seen me sent off with it, he gave, look, hold on. So, because I had another one, it was years later after that, I got a pink one from my other sister. Same reasons. But I finally bought, at 32, I finally bought my own sentimental pillow. And it's yellow. So it's kind of girly. The point is, see how small that was? There's other pillows. She didn't need the one smallest pillow in the apartment. And I really went off about that. I said, why would you give her a sentimental pillow to me? It doesn't even have nothing to do with our relationship. It has nothing to do with him. Why would you take? I started swinging, throwing TVs. I took some of his winter sugar. And I tossed it. I was about to throw that shit in the toilet. But I was pregnant and I didn't want to put me and my child in danger because he may have went on the deep end if his money was being played with. So I just tossed everything else. But no, I tossed it, but I didn't make it unavailable to continue to utilize. Well, I don't think he was utilizing it, but you know what I mean. I was just going off because it's like all the stuff that I've been through, even down to this dumb ass things you're selling, all the danger that I'm in, just even being with you. And me constantly saying like, hey, like we can't keep living like this, or I'm just not going to live like this and you could go. And then him going out of his way to be a weirdo about it, dang near trying to make me stay in this lifestyle with him, just for me to get cheated on. And for a while I didn't even know who the chick was. I ended up finding out that she was someone from before I got pregnant that he told me I didn't even have to worry about. Oh, I went too far. So somehow, in the time that he told me I didn't have to worry about her, this was before I got pregnant, when we were like way on another side of town, and we were living a regular life with a regular 9 to 5. Well, I was. And he was doing his nature herb stuff. And I'm like, how'd she get all the way over here? How? Then that's when I'm realizing 2 and 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. And 4 plus 4. Oh, and 5 plus 5. Is it 5? Is it 4 plus 4 is 8? No. If it's 2 plus 2 is 4. And 5 plus 5 is 10. Then what the fuck is this? So then, yeah, I'm realizing like, oh, you've been doing this with her. And to think I'm over here paying attention to Dior. And Big Charlie is the person you're talking to this whole time. Yeah, so I lost it. And you would think that would have been the end. Honestly, I realized looking back that a lot of the reasons why it didn't end there was literally just because I was afraid of being judged. So like when we got older, you know, and I'm still raising our child, and he would try to make it seem like I would, you know, run back to him at some point. And I'm like, that I'm going to tell that story time another time. But it was like, once I'm free of this situation, I will never come back to it. You got another thing coming. Yeah. So, they ended up running. So when he got his winter boy stuff, they ended up running out of that apartment because I think they were afraid that I was bringing too much attention to the place we were in because I was losing it. Mind you, once he left though, I kind of cooled down anyway, because I really feel like that what made it all combust, it was like, he knew my fears. He knew my fear of becoming that woman. That black woman at that. So for him to do that and put me in those situations and then be like, well, you ain't gonna leave anyway. It was like, oh, this is on purpose. Like, I had to realize that he was on purpose doing, not even on purpose. He was living his life without caring about how I felt because he knew I wasn't gonna leave because I was too scared of being that woman. And he was right. He was right. And honestly, it's what got me in a lot of the story times coming up about the man that I thought I was going to spend the rest of my life with. My hair looks cute. But why do I keep finding little furries? So, this is the finished look. This is the finished look. This is the finished look. I like it. But I feel like my eyes are not reflecting what I wanted as much. Like, the lips is giving, but I feel like my eyes still look a little too white. I want them to be a little darker. So next time, I'm going to remember to do eyeshadow first. Because honestly, I think it's that my, I think the stuff I put on my eyelids dried too fast. Yeah, I think it dried too fast. It's cute though. Yeah. I'm like, what am I missing? I think I'm missing my mascara. Let's add the mascara. Well, I'm going to show you guys the finished look after. So I realized, yeah, it was this. Oh, excuse me. I forgot the eyeliner. Well, I don't really wear eyeliner. I forgot the mascara. So this definitely makes it look. So I'm thinking halter top and then probably a cute necklace. Like a statement piece to make this come together. Wish me luck. Bye, guys. Oh, don't forget to subscribe, like, turn on the notification bells because I have more videos coming.